This is Ranjit, Department of Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence, SR University, Warangal. So in this session, I would like to demonstrate HTTP protocol and DNS, domain name system, and hypertext transfer protocol using CISCO packet tracer. First, I will start with HTTP. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and this allows the communication between web browser and server, or client and server. So since it makes the communication between client and server possible, so that's why this protocol can also be called as client server protocol. So now let us see actually what is this client server architecture, what is client, what is server, and what is the role of this protocol between client and server. So this is client server architecture. So client server architecture means the system which is generating a request is known as the client. The system which is responding to the request is known as the server. For example, we use desktop, laptop, mobile. We use in our daily life in order to connect to the internet or to open any website. So if you want to open any website in our systems, first we open the browser. So in that browser, we type any website name. But actually that website is not deployed on our system. For example, if you want to open a website that is google.com, so then we type google.com on these systems. So either desktop, laptop, or mobile. So just we open the browser and type the google.com. So that google.com is not actually available on these systems. So that google.com website is deployed on a system which is known as the server and located somewhere else in the world. And these systems are located somewhere else in the world. So from these two different locations, this system and this system want to communicate to each other. That communication will be possible by using this HTTP. So whenever a google.com typed in the browser by using this any device, so that one request will be generated to the server. So that request, what is the request? This is client is requesting for the website that is google.com. So that google.com is available on the server. The server is located somewhere else in the world. This request will be taken by this system, this device, so where the requested website is available, and this device will respond with the requested website to the client. So the system which is generating a request is known as the client. The system which is serving that request is known as the server. So this request from client to the server and response from the server to the client, so this will be made possible by using protocol called HTTP protocol. So that is responsible for generating a request and sending to the server and taking the response from the server and send that response to the client. So that's why here two entities are going to be involved. One is a client and another one is server. So that's why this architecture is known as the client server architecture. And between client and the server, this communication is possible by using HTTP. So now I will show you that how this HTTP protocol is simulated by using a CISCO packet tracer. Now let us open the CISCO packet tracer. So now this is CISCO packet tracer. So in order to simulate the hypertext transfer protocol, so now let us take one system and one switch and one router and next one server. Where these devices available, I already demonstrated in my previous videos. So how to select these switch, router, server, and how to make connection. So now in order to connect these devices, you click on this connection and click on this orange color symbol and connect these two. So similarly, you connect these. So now router, switch, and one PC and one server. Let us configure. We have to assign IP addresses to all these. So here this router has two ports, left side one port, right side one port. So first you assign IP address to this router. So in order to assign that, so first 0/0, that is left side port, select that and click on this on button. Now router will be on. So now IPv4, you assign that IPv4 to the 0/0 port. So let us take, I am writing here 10.10.10.1 and click on this subnet mask. Automatically you can get the subnet mask. So this is 10.10.0.1. 10.10.10.1. Now close this. So now 10.10. Just you make a note of this. And here right side 10.10.10.1. Okay, so that is right side address. Now you click the same router. So now 0/0 over, now 0/1. Now here click on that on, turn on button. Then router right side port will be on. Now IP configuration. So left side we used class A address. So now right side you use other class address. So let us take 200.10.10.1. So this is class C address and click the subnet mask. So in my previous video, I already explained what is IP address, different classes of IP addresses, and what is subnet mask. Okay. So this is 200.10.10.1. So once it's been assigned, so just close this and you take a note. This is for the right side port address. This is. Now this 200.10.10.1 is default gateway for this server, and this 10.10.10.1 is the default gateway for this PC1. Now click on the server and for the server, go to the desktop, IP configuration and server address. So this is IPv4, so write the server address. So let's take 200.10.10.2. Click on the subnet mask. So automatically you get this one. So for this, the default gateway is 200.10.10.1, just like I showed you. So this is 200.10.10.1. So this is the default gateway for this server. So now once it's been assigned, so now look at this default gateway 200.10.10.1. So this will be the default gateway, and 200.10.10.2. So after this you close this one and you take a note and here you write this is your server address. This is your server address. Okay, so don't be confused with this window. Just to maximize that, I have taken this window, so it is not mandatory. So now once these IP addresses have been set, now coming to the PC1. So for this PC1, this is going to be the default gateway. Now click on the PC1 and go to the desktop IP configuration. So now here you enter. This is 10.10.1. So you take it 10.10.2. So 10.10.2 subnet mask and default gateway. This is the default gateway. So here in the default gateway 10.10.10.1. Okay, just to copy this for the node purpose. Close it and take the node. So this is these are the different IP addresses I have been set for all devices and ports. So now click this server and go to the services. Go to the services. So under these services, so left side you can find here. Left side you can find HTTP. You click this HTTP, and these two buttons should be on. HTTP and HTTPS. S stands for the secure, and coming to these files here, different files are default files are available in the server. So this index.html, this is the default file. So whenever a server is accessed from the PC1, automatically this index file will be opened. Okay. So now you edit this index file. You click this edit. So your HTML code will be there. So you delete this HTML code and you just I'm adding only one line H1. It represents heading H1. So this is just I'm typing one message. So this is the default file. So after that, you close this one. Okay. So like this between HTML, just add one statement. Means one tag, only one line. Okay. Once it is over, so below you can find save. So here you can click the save and just override that file has been saved. Right. Now go to the file manager. You click this here, the file manager. So that is the default file will be opened when we try to access that server from the client. So now close this. And this is the PC1, nothing but client, and this is the server. So using server address, we access this file, default file. So now click this PC. Here you can find web browser. Because all websites will be opened, so accessed with the help of the web server. So that's why you click this web server, wait for a while. So now it's been open. So here you can find URL. So look at this, here you can find URL. In this URL, you type that server address. So what is the server? So look at this, our HTML file available in this server. So this server we are trying to access from the PC1. This is address is 200.10.10.2. So now you type in this URL 200.10.10.2 and press enter. So look at this. So this is the default file. So earlier in the HTML file, I wrote one line of text that is this is a default file. So the default file will be opened here. Okay. So instead of the default file, If you want to add our own file, so that is also possible. Once it's been checked, so now you close this. So now again open the server. So in this server, we want to add our own file. So just now I showed you already existing default file I showed you. So now let us create our own file. So here you can go to the below new file. So you click this new file, and here you add one, just write one simple HTML code. The file name is, so let us take, I am writing as cisco.html because here we are writing HTML files. That's why extension should be HTML. Hypertext markup language, HTML stands for. And here you write some tags will be there, HTML, and this is closing HTML. These are the tags, and between these two tags, just I'm adding only H1. So here I'm writing this is HTTP demonstration. HTTP demonstration, and close the tag. HTTP demonstration, close the tag. So like this, you add these 3 lines to the one file. This is a simple file. Now once this writing is over, you come to the below, here save button is there. You click on the save, the file will be saved. Okay. So once file is saved, what is the file name? CISCO.html. Here you can give any name as a file name, but the extension should be .html. So then close this. So now you try to access the file available in the server from the client. You open this client and here go to the browser. Wait for a while. Now it is open. Now here in this URL, you type that server address first. So what is that? 200.10.10.2. This is server address. So if you hit enter here, the default file will be opened. So this is the default file, but we want to open our own file, that is cisco.html. So that's why here you write slash cisco.html. Press enter. Now look at this. This is the HTML demonstration. This is our own file where one line is added. That is, this is the HTML demonstration. So like this, a file. Now you close this. So like this, a file can be accessed from the client, that is the PC1. That file is available in the server. So server file can be accessed from the PC1. This is the HTTP hypertext transfer protocol demonstration, means simulation using a CISCO packet tracer. The demonstration of DNS domain name system server, and this server used to translate the human readable domain name into IP address. Because over the internet, whenever we try to open any website, so we simply type that website name like google.com, yahoo.com, or facebook.com. But internally, that will be converted into IP address, and based on the IP address, a particular website can be identified over the internet. But IP address represent, it's a numerical number. So as a human being, we cannot remember those many number of numerical numbers. So that's why these numerical numbers are given some domain name. The domain name is nothing but human readable names. So as a human being, the names we can remember more number of names, that is website names, compared to the IP addresses. So that's why there should be a translation between human readable names to the IP address and vice versa. So that will be done by this server domain name system. So let us take one example. So here we are trying to open this website, google.com, youtube.com, or facebook.com. So like that, whenever we want to open any website, simply we type name of the website. Because these names we can remember any number of names of websites. But whenever we type google.com, that is internally converted into its IP address, and based on the IP address, this google.com is identified on the server. Similarly, youtube.com, this is a human readable form. So when we type this youtube.com, again that will be converted into its IP address. Based on the IP address, this YouTube is going to be identified. So this part is for our purpose, but internally that is converted into the IP address. Based on the IP address only, these sites are going to be identified. So this conversion from human readable names to the IP addresses and vice versa is done by this domain name system, and this server. Now I will show you how to simulate this domain name system using a CISCO packet tracer. So for that, first you packet tracer for a DNS simulation. So just I will add one node here. So this is a DNS simulation. So for the DNS simulation, let us take one system and one switch and two servers. So these two servers I am taking. So these servers, so first let us make connections. So this is server. So server means this is HTTP server. Just I'm changing its name. So this is HTTP server and this is DNS server. So this is DNS server, HTTP server, and this is switch and this is PC. Okay. So now first set the IP address. Desktop IP configuration. So I'm writing a 10.10.10.1. Okay, so this is the IP address of this PC. Okay. So you can also change this PC3, it is showing. So just a moment. So now go to the configuration setting. This is PC3. So only one PC is there. Let us make it as PC1. Okay. So PC1 IP address has been set. Now coming to the this server. So in this server, you set the IP address as so 10.10.2. So you take it in mode. So this is 10.10.2. So this is the IP address. Now you set the IP address for this. This is 10.10.3. So now take a note. So these are the addresses, IP addresses have been set for all these two servers and one PC. So now go to this server HTTP. So go to the services and here HTTP. You select the HTTP here, first one, and two are buttons. So this is to some extent this is similar to the HTTP simulation. So just like I explained. Now you index.html file is there. This is the default file. So edit that and just add only one heading. Okay, just I'm adding one tag h1. So welcome to DNS I'm typing and close the tag. So here in capital. Now h1 tag is closed. So yes, you save this file. What I have written here, welcome to DNS, and save this. So now close. And from this PC1, I'm trying to access that file. That's the default file. Okay. So for that, you click here, go to the desktop and web browser. Wait for a while. So here in this web browser, you type that server address. So server address is 10.10.10.2. So look at that here. Welcome to DNS. Just back I modified that HTML file. So welcome to DNS. The same message is printed here. Okay. But here look at this. So whatever we write there will be displayed here by default or greater than by mistake I have written. So no problem. Whatever the message you have written in the header tag, that will be displayed as it is. So now coming to this here, the website, I mean that HTML file is accessed by using the IP address only. But in this DNS, our intention is, our aim is to use the human readable name, website name here. So based from the website name, we are going to access this HTML file. But here I am accessing that by using the IP address only, right? So now let us see how to access by using the website name. So here little bit configuration is needed here. So now close this. So now that website name we should register in the DNS server. So now you click this DNS. Go to the services. Left side you can find DNS here. So here DNS. Click this DNS. And here DNS service button should be on. So you click this on. And here you type your website name. So whatever the website name you want, right, you can write this website name. Just as an example, I'm writing here CISCO.com. Okay. So SI. So look at this. Here I'm writing CISCO.com and write that server address, HTTP server address, that is 10.10.10.2. Now click this add. Sorry, we made a mistake while entering So 10.10.10.2. Now click on add. So now look at this website added in the DNS server. So with this IP address. So once it is added, now close this. That means this HTTP server registered in this DNS server. So now this website is going to be accessed from the PC1. So when in the PC1 we type the website name, that website name goes to DNS server. From this DNS server, its corresponding IP address is obtained, and using that IP address, it goes to this server. So in this server, our HTML file is available, so that will be displayed as an output or response. So now this server address must be written in the PC1. So then only the request website name, when we are typing here, first that goes to the DNS server. So from the DNS server, it gets the IP address of this server. So from this server, this PC1 get the response, that is HTML file as the response, nothing but website as a response. So now click this PC1, go to the IP configuration. So here look at this, here DNS server is there, but in the DNS server nothing written. So here in this field, so we have to write address of this DNS server. So that is 10.10.3. So now in the DNS server, so here you write 10.10.3. So now it's over. Now close this. Now open this and click on the browser. So click on the browser. Now we got this. Now what is our website name registered in the DNS server? CISCO.com. So now you type this CISCO.com here. Earlier we typed IP address here, but the DNS server simulation we are learning how to access website using website name, not by using the IP address. So here we type the IP address or IP address, website name. So website name is cisco.com. So just back I registered this website name in the DNS server. So then press enter. So look at the same message, welcome to DNS displayed. So earlier I showed you how to display this by using the IP address. So now I am showing that how to display by using the website name. So in this way, whenever we are using the website name that is human readable form of the website, that is cisco.com. So this human readable form text will be sent to the DNS server. So from this DNS server, it gets the IP address of this HTTP server. So then it goes to the HTTP server. So from this, so we get the website. That website will be displayed on this PC. So in this way, website human readable form of the website name is converted into the IP address, and based on the IP address, that website is going to be displayed on the PC. So this is the simulation of HTTP protocol and DNS server. So hope you enjoyed this lecture, and I think this will be informative for you. Thank you for watching.